back to my channel, and in this video I'm going to be talking about Caraval by Stephanie Garber. It's so shiny! It's so shiny! I absolutely loved Caraval. I loved pretty much everything about Caraval. I'm going to try and communicate all of my thoughts to you, but not try to give too many spoilers away. Caraval follows two sisters, Scarlett and Donatella, or Tella as she's known throughout the book, and they have wanted to go to Caraval, which is an audience participation spectacle. Now, the way that I saw it is that it's a happening where the audience is participating, but they don't know who is an actor or who is another participant. They don't know what's fake and what's real. A lot of people think it's like a carnival or a circus, but to me it was more a happening. And they've always wanted to go to this, but they've never left their little island. They have never been allowed to go because their father is so controlling. But then their tickets arrive to go to Caraval after years of writing to the master of Caraval, and so they go. But when there, Tella is kidnapped. But it's all part of the game. The game is basically a scavenger hunt where they have clues and they have to find Tella by the end of Caraval, because Caraval lasts a couple of days. They say it's just a game, but the threat is that she'll die by the end of it if nobody's found her. So when I first started reading this book, I had no really idea of how it was going to begin. The book starts off by showing you Scarlett's letters to the master of Caraval. And there's quite a few of them. She says it takes 7 years to get her letter right. And then tickets arrive. To me at the start, it kind of seemed very much like Pirates of the Caribbean, but in like Elizabeth Swann part of Pirates of the Caribbean, Port Royal. You know, just very bland, very pedestrian island, but this island's called Trisda. To me, there was a lot of Spanish play on words in this book. Trisda, triste, sadness, la serpiente. Well, obviously la serpiente would be just snake, but it spoke to the snake-like personalities of all these people. Like, who can you trust? They're all sleazy, they're all out for their own purpose. Even their mother, who they don't really know anything about because she abandoned them when they were little, her name is so pure, almost, which is a complete juxtaposition of their father, who's this real tyrant. So her name is Paloma, which in Spanish is dove. And as soon as I read that, I was like, I like what Stephanie Garber's done here. And then their father, whose surname is Dragma, it just means that he's like dragging them down. He's so oppressive. And then the island where Caraval is, Isla de los Sueños, Island of Dreams, which is what this is to these girls. It's their dream island. It's what they've dreamed of. And so I really loved that little thread that was going through the book. In terms of writing style, I thought Stephanie Garber's writing style just flowed. I was reading from page to page to page. I could not put the book down as soon as I started it. I finished it within a couple of days, and I literally only stopped to work and to eat. I could not put it down. I wanted to know if Scarlett was going to figure out these clues. I had the same anxieties as Scarlett when I was reading it. I felt such sympathy and empathy for her. I wanted her to solve the clues. I was rooting for her to solve the clues. Even with these anxieties, I felt the same anxieties for her with Julian. I absolutely loved Julian. Oh my goodness. I could not decide if I liked him or hated him, or if I trusted him or didn't trust him. Stephanie Garber created characters that I really loved. Even the ones that were just secondary and tertiary characters, I just loved that. They played their parts beautifully, as the actors playing these characters would. It was just fabulous. And even the imagery that she was creating, it was phenomenal. For me, this, even though you get a map of Caraval in this, in my head I was in it, but to me it was very much like Labyrinth meets Venice, with all these switching bridges and canals and boats, alleyways. It was just phenomenal. I really loved that, and you just felt instantly transported to these places. You could have easily have been in Caraval yourself. With that, I was feeling that I was helping Scarlett solve the clues, or that I had lost the 2 days that she loses, and it was just fantastic. With Scarlett, I felt that she harped on just too much about finding your sister. We get it. You want to find your sister. Okay, I got it. I got the concept. So at times, I just wanted her to just shut up about, or like just somebody to scream at her. Okay, I got it. I got it. I got the concept. You know, like Hades and Hercules.
I know. I got it. I got the concept.
But at the same time, I kind of understood where she was coming from, okay? I'm a sister, I have sisterly friends, I have a brother. I would feel that anxiety too. With the characters, this book reminded me, oh my goodness, you're probably gonna think I'm crazy. The characters reminded me so much of Morgause, Morgana and Senred from BBC's Merlin. You're probably going to think I'm strange for saying that, but oh my goodness. Scarlet and Donatella are pretty much like Morgause and Morgana. Morgause being Scarlet and Morgana being Tella. Morgause being the protective one, even if she is just a slight bit manipulative. And Donatella being Morgana, who is the feisty one who just wants to get out and do everything, and who's a bit naive about the world. And she just reminded me so much of that. And then Senred as Julian is just like this suave, debonair kind of guy. Initially uses them as a means to an end, which is part of his role in Caraval. But whenever he spends more time with Scarlet, I shipped it. Oh my god, did I ship it. I've never wanted to scream more, "Just kiss, you morons!" at a book in all my life. I just loved that about the book. It was just so captivating. I think that's one of the reasons why the book was so powerful to me, and that why I loved it so fervently. It's just that these characters were just other incarnations of Morgause and Morgana and Senred. And even Scarlet, being named Scarlet, Morgause wears a red dress. Except, I think Scarlet is dark haired, whereas Morgause is blonde, but minor details. She's the self-appointed mother figure to Tella. She makes it her own job to look after her sister. And that frustrates the life out of Tella because she's not a little girl. She wants to live her life, but she also wants Scarlet to live her own life. Like, Scarlet is obsessed with getting married to this guy that her father's arranged. Honey, did that not raise warning signs that your father, this confusing tyrant, arranged this marriage? Would you not think that, you know, he was in his pocket somewhere? So at times she's frustratingly naive, Scarlet. Just those times. And I love the way Julian calls her Crimson. I really love that. I know people are like, seriously? That's the nickname he gives her. How predictable. I really loved it. Purely because Morgause's dress is like a crimson-y kind of colour. Ah, my babies. The character that I was confused by the most was Julian. I was like, is he good? Is he bad? Is he sleazy? Is he not? Is he sleazy or is he suave? Is he just doing this? Does he really care about Scarlet? Is this part of his script? And there was a time with Julian when I was just like, oh, sugar honey iced tea. I was reading at midnight, as I usually am. I don't know whether it's the author's knowing that I'm going to be reading this at midnight, but whatever part that I get to at midnight, it's the part where everything explodes and I need to read on. And I cannot put the book down because I need to read it and I'm not prepared to wait until after work to read it. And that happened with Juliet and I was like, oh, fuck. It was just, what? What just happened? And I loved that. And I was just like, oh, I have to read on, have to read on, have to read on. And I was like, oh God, please don't make Julian be the bad guy. I really rooted for Julian. I really wanted him and Scarlet to be together. As I said, just kissing on the sexual tension between those two. You could have cut it with a knife. Don't know what that accent was. With those two, I've never wanted two characters to kiss more since Janeway and Chakotay of Star Trek Voyager. And anybody who knows me knows how much I wanted that. So I love that between those characters. The only downside about character-wise, I would have loved to have seen more of Tella. You get this Tella at the start, and then you get this Tella at the end, and they're two completely separate entities. And you're just like, holy crap, Tella! She's not a little girl. Like, damn, girl! You just, what? And I was like, what am I reading here? What is happening? How is this world imploded? It's like, is that girl out of her mind? Somebody get the man with the white jacket, somebody just do something, and I was just like, oh God, oh God, oh God. And then I was like, what? Like, I couldn't believe that Tella did that. Just a little bit of enticement for you just to read it. I wasn't expecting the ending at all. That's what I will say. I wasn't expecting that ending. I am praying that there is another book because I need to know what happens. I need to know what happens between Juliet and Scarlet. I need to like see Tella more. I need to encounter more of that character. I love that character and I love Scarlet and I love Juliet and I want to see more of the Master of Caraval. That's another character that I really would like to see. I love this book. It was awesome to read. I really enjoyed it. I had so much fun reading it. It was fantastic. I love the storyline. I love the characters. I loved the writing style. I love the imagery. I love the play on words with the Spanish vocabulary, and I just loved it. I would highly recommend it. I give it 5 stars and just flailed when I finished it. I was literally near enough in a book coma when I finished it, but at least I had all these to kind of distract me and keep me going in, you know, daily life. If you've read it, please let me know what your thoughts are in it in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you had read Caraval and loved it. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!